Hi there, it's Larry Potsbinski again on your source of schizophrenia information and the dangers of treatment that are kept obscure by the medical community. I'm bent on it now because I'm affected by it, exposing it. So I just recorded a video and it disappeared, so hopefully this one won't. If I bring this PDF viewer up here, I got to read to you some things. Okay, so if there's going to be a lawsuit against this kind of thing, you got to have the same thing to sue them for, which is one of several antipsychotic-induced tardive movement disorders, which I want to read a little background on those. Okay, but if you have the same symptoms, watch for the tardive dystonia symptoms, because that's what the one we're after, which is causes scoliosis and some other things I'll read here in a moment. Okay, so we got background. Prolonged use of antipsychotic drugs. This is from the Department of Faculty of Medicine at Chulalongkorn University, I believe, in Thailand. But they study psychiatry all the same, brain chemicals. So they just write in English in this medical journal. It's listed as www.medasocietai.org journal/journal. So whatever the medical journal is, it's one official one. On Google Scholar Search, you find these things. Google Scholar Search, ask Google Scholar Search, type medical words. So that's how I got this stuff. When I was in treatment for tardive dyskinesia, and that satisfies me there, but I think other things are wrong yet. Prolonged use of antipsychotic drugs with or without sudden withdrawal, as well as high dosage of antipsychotics at least 3 months, it may result in a variety of movement disorders, such as classical tardive dyskinesia, that is, tongue rolling, lip pouting, truncal to choreiform movements, which choreiform movements are involuntary, irregular, and jerky movements that can affect various parts of the body. And as such, classical tardive dyskinesia, involuntary jerking, as such as tardive dyskinesia, tongue rolling, truncal choreiform movements, tongue pouting, and truncal lip rolling, and tardive myoclonus, sudden, brief, involuntary jerking. Then tardive dystonia, which is tongue protrusion, torticollis, which is curvature of the neck, any which way or the other. Scoliosis, curvature of the spine, my way, mine goes in different directions. And jaw spasm or bruxism is grinding of teeth, or abnormal truncal posture, or Pisa syndrome, which Pisa syndrome is a condition that's characterized by an abnormal tilt of the trunk, which causes the body to lean to one side. This condition is often associated with tardive dystonia, a type of tardive movement disorder induced by prolonged use of antipsychotic drugs. Syndrome can cause significant problems walking, which it does for me. It may lead to infrequent falls and fractures, which I'm got to watch myself very carefully. So, is it one of the various forms of tardive? It is one of the various forms of tardive movement disorders that can result from an imbalance between cholinergic and dopaminergic systems in the basal ganglia, which is how some of the brain chemistry about schizophrenia and how it works. It has to do with that. So that was tardive dyskinesia, okay, and tardive myoclonus. No, that was tardive. That was abnormal truncal Pisa syndrome. That was tardive. This is what we're after, man. You got symptoms like this: tongue protrusion, and curvature of your neck, which way or the other, after taking antipsychotics. Scoliosis, curvature of your spine, jaw spasm, I guess that speaks for itself. Bruxism is grinding of your teeth. Abnormal truncal posture, which is sitting around like goofy in the chair, like I kind of float in here and end up typing as I do anyway. So it's abnormal truncal movements. I know I have that too. So where was I on the page there? It's hard to keep focused on tongue protrusion, Pisa syndrome, strong contractions of arm or leg. Patients with severe symptoms often suffer from body pain and fracture of bones due to frequent fallings. Well, I haven't had that. They are also, I gotta watch myself though, but they are also accused of faking to call attention to, they believe that their symptoms are signs of being cursed or possessed. So that's in Thailand, though, where they believe what they believe, but I don't know what they believe. But the other document about this, relevant to tardive dystonia, if you have these kind of symptoms, I can read you, is the summary here of a case report of refractory tardive dystonia induced by olanzapine, which is Zyprexa. I don't know that's how you pronounce it, olanzapine, the generic. But tardive dystonia, a cluster of extrapyramidal symptoms that are caused by long-term use of antipsychotic medication, is characterized by difficulty in the autonomic movements of the skeletal involuntary. Let's go back. Extrapyramidal symptoms are when a drug reacts. They on a locked ward, they inject you or give you a pill, and your legs go out from under you, or your arms are like St. Vitus dance, just moving and swaying and involuntarily, and somebody has to transport you to a hospital to get a shot of Cogentin. Was the thing that cured that when I had that when I was young, and my neighbors took me there. It was an LPN nurse. Thank them for being there, so you extrapyramidal symptoms. Your legs go out from under you, and you can't walk. You got to pull yourself on your elbows. Like I read about 2 different times in my book, where there is disparaging times when nobody would help. Could call the cops or anything. I had to pull my way home a quarter of a mile, tenth of a mile, or a couple tenths of a mile, whatever it was, from the university to my apartment in Tampa in the old days. But so reading this, okay, so difficulty. Tardive dystonia is a cluster of extrapyramidal symptoms that are caused by long-term use of antipsychotic medication. It's characterized by difficulty in autonomic movements of skeletal voluntary muscles and contraction of deformities. That's like shaking and stuff I get. And consequent deformations of the body, like the scoliosis, the curvature of my spine, or your neck, if you have it. Tardive dyskinesia is rarely seen among patients taking Zyprexa, but Zyprexa was the precipitating antipsychotic medication in this 22-year-old male patient with schizophrenia who developed lip puckering, persistent involuntary curvature of neck, muscular pain, and axial dystonia, which I don't know what axial dystonia is, but it's an unstable gait. And after taking standard dose of olanzapine regularly for about 1 year, his symptoms did not resolve after olanzapine was stopped. 4 months of treatment with clozapine, that's clozaril, combined with second-generation dangerous medication. When it first came out, they kind of brushed that all under the rug. But if you ask me, well, they used to have blood work tests every 2 weeks, every week or 2 weeks, and once every month, and they did away with them altogether because it can cause some kind of fatal anemia. So I wouldn't want to. They want to push me that after they got on Risperdal. I said, no, leave me alone. And I'm better off. And today, and no psychiatrist ever said that knew how sick I was. Ever said that to change they would change the Risperdal was a major difference, very major difference. Reading my book, or knowing firsthand from being a treatment clinician at the time how sick I was for how long, and the difference of Risperdal made in 48 hours. They would never change that. You can add to it to improve my cognition. I find the Abilify did that, but it quite screwed up my back. Now they changed it from that to Vraylar, another newer third edition drug, generation antipsychotic. So I'm better off now. But I was reading this to you. So the 22-year-old male or female with schizophrenia and developed puckering, persistent involuntary torticollis, curvature of neck, muscular pain, and axial dystonia. And dystonia is a movement disorder characterized by involuntary muscle contractions that cause repetition or twisting movements and abnormal postures. It can affect one part of the body, local dystonia, or two or more adjacent parts, segmental dystonia, or the entire body, generalized dystonia. It is, in the context of the document, tardive dystonia is a subtype of dystonia that is induced by long-term use of antipsychotic medications, leading to symptoms such as difficulty in autonomic movements and skeletal muscles and whatever else it says. Is there to say anything else there? Muscles and consequent deformations of the body, like my scoliosis or your pterygosis of your neck. So, and it causes an unstable gait, which I have after taking a standard dose of olanzapine regularly for about 1 year. His symptoms did not resolve after his olanzapine was stopped. 4 months of treatment, that's too long. You got to wait, catch it in the first 6 or 8 weeks. 4 months of treatment with clozapine combined, I read elsewhere. 4 weeks of treatment with clozapine combined with magnesium valproate, vitamin E, tiapride, and lorazepam as Ativan did not lead to any improvement in the dystonia. So, if you feel like you have some of these symptoms, it takes 40 people to start a class action lawsuit. I talked to 2 personal injury lawyers, and they said, well, it's too high of a level to reach to prove that happened, and unless we get like 40 of us all together that have the same symptoms taking antipsychotic drugs, like I just read from the Tardive dystonia. You could have Tardive dystonia. If this is the case, or you know somebody who might be the case, talk to them about this, the video, and share it with them. And feel free to like and subscribe. And if you want to join me, contact me and let you know if you have the same contact me. Somehow find a way, put a comment on here or something. But I'll contact you, and hopefully, if you're not trying to scam me or get the access to me somehow illegally, because that really pisses me off. And it's stupid and dumb and wicked and evil of people. Half the people out there wake up every day to make their living ripping off the other half of the world. So I'm watching for you. I know how to detect you people. That's why if you don't hear back from me, it's probably because I think you're one of them. But if we can find 40 people who've got the same kind of condition and problems, because it said that one other studies I read said it's at mid-age when you take an antipsychotic, first generation cetirizine type in the 70s and 80s, and 90 to 94 when the second generation type were legalized here in the United States. So this is only effective in the United States. If you're not here in the USA, don't contact me. But we can start a class action lawsuit. We can find 40 people with all the same problem. So that's all I'm saying. If you think you have that, or know somebody who does, have them contact me. Feel free to. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this information. Thank you. It's Larry Podzabinsky on schizophrenia and everything. We're 12 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay, not too long. Good, great to see you. Hope you're all enjoying the content. I have to live with it, so I have to deal with it, so I might as well share it. Thank you for listening. Bye now.